Friday. It's Friday. It's very exciting. It's exciting that it's Friday, but it's Friday and it's the last. I'm going to be alright. I promised I would cry. Feels like the last day of school and I'm saying goodbye to my friends. But it's not, I'm not saying goodbye because we're always here. We're always here online on the YouTube for you to enjoy the whole of the last 6 weeks' programmes all over again if you want to. You can bring us back to your lounge at any time you like. Ask your grown-ups first, of course. Don't just go putting it on without permission. But guys, it is sad, but it's exciting all at the same time. It's Friday. It is the end of our programme. I hope you've enjoyed it. We really enjoyed it. I know all of the team, although we don't get a chance to see each other, lots of talking, Zoom calls, emails, forwards and backwards from everyone involved in this, and everyone's been saying what a great thing to be involved with. It's been an absolute pleasure to have been asked to present this to you guys every day. It's been really, really good fun and an eye-opening experience for me, how many crafty and talented people there are out there, and the things you've been sending in, it's been amazing. And of course we've got our winner of our competition coming up in just a moment. We've got one more £10 voucher to be giving away this week for you to shop local with. So we'll be doing that in just a moment. I want to say a big thank you to the Mid Sussex District Council team. They've been working away tirelessly, getting all these videos ready, bringing it all together, telling everyone about it, supplying the prizes and just putting it all together. There's a lot of work goes into doing this. This bit is easy. I just get to sit in front of a camera and talk a lot. I'm given scripts, I'm given the competitions, I'm told. It's brilliant. It's brilliant and they've done really, really well. So big thank you to Sally and all the team for really putting the effort in. And hopefully next year we'll be back in the parks with the live shows with Poi Passion and all the waste busting team come along there as well. Yeah, and all of those guys and everyone there. We do live magic shows and we'll have lots and lots of fun. So keep an eye out for that next year. And maybe we'll be bringing more stuff like this in the coming future as well. We can do this online now. We can do it anytime. What we really like to do is get your feedback as well. And don't forget, you can get your certificate at the same time. We'd love to hear what you've thought about these sessions, especially from the grown-ups. Hello, grown-ups. Hello. Yes, we're talking to you right now. We'd love your feedback, please. Hopefully the kids have enjoyed it. Did they enjoy dancing around? But they can't tell us that online necessarily. So if you could get on and tell us what you've thought, what your little ones have thought, that would be great to help us move forwards and maybe do more in the future. Yes. So what have we got coming up today? Well, it's Waste Busters, of course. It's Waste Busters and Sussex Green Living. But before we go any further, I would like to draw your attention today to today's winner. Should I like my thumb trumpet? Anyway, yeah, you've been sending in some colouring in. It's been fantastic. We've got lots, and it's been hard once again for the Tomfoolery family to choose just one winner. But we have this week, and I would like to say a big, do a drum roll, please. Can we do a drum roll? Big well done. Put your hands together because this is the winning picture from Alice Ward, age 6. Dun, dun, dun. Yes, you have won yourself £10 of local shopping vouchers. So message us through the website, please. Get your grown-ups to get in touch and we'll work out how we get that to you. Big congratulations. Well done. Thank you to everyone else who took part. I'd love to have given you all prizes. If I could, everyone that did a picture would have got a prize. There wasn't enough prizes. I'm so sorry. But well done to everybody that's taken part. It's been really, really difficult to judge because there have been some such good pictures. What? Well, Friday. We've done the competition. We've talked about that. Yes. And today's, of course, West Sussex County Council Waste Busters District Council Waste Busters team for their final mission. Your final mission for the Waste Busters cadets. Thank you so much for taking part. Last week we turned food detectives, of course, and we had to identify all the food that was going to commit serious waste crimes in the kitchen. Yeah, right. But this week it's time to get cooking. You can do cooking or maybe a baking. You know, there's difference. Cooking is more about making a meal, a dinner. Baking is producing a cake or a sponge or a pastry or something like that. Yes. But it's time to get doing either of those. Right, here's the link to the activity. Okay, so it's westsussex.wastebusters.org/activity-food-detective-follow-on Untitled-Busta-Bakeoff /. Now that's going to be in the bit below to click as a link. You don't have to listen to all that. I just love reading these out. They're so confusing. So for our junior cadets, why not draw a poster showing the foods that are in danger of being wasted, and create your food superhero poster with a message that reminds everyone not to waste food. That's what you can do for the slightly older ones, okay? And then you can upload your poster of what you've baked, what you've put together. This is the Great Bake Off, not the British Bake Off, because you could get in trouble for saying that. I didn't call it the British Bake Off. This is the Wastebusters Bake Off. Absolutely. Show us what you've made. Give it your food detectives, all the bits you found that was going to be wasted. What have you put them together as? What have you created? Upload your pictures. Upload your posters if you're a junior cadet. Send them into the Wastebusters website where you log in, with your username that you made back in the start ages ago. Log in, send it up, and someone is going to win themselves a whole cookery set, a personalised cookery set as well. So what are the judges looking for? You've got a chance to win, but this is what it's all about. They want to know, there's 3 main points here, 3 main points. Listen carefully. They want to know how well you've understood what you're being asked to do, okay? So all about using not just going to the cupboard and getting something out and baking with it, finding something that was going to be wasted, something that would otherwise have ended up in the bin. The whole idea is to prove that you've learned about saving food. Remember the food detectives. Don't throw it away, turn it into something else. Mouldy bananas, banana loaf. There's one already just there, all right? I love banana loaf, by the way. Number 2, how creative and original is your dish or bake? All right, banana loaf's not that original, so maybe not do that one. But how creative? You could give it your own twist. Banana loaf with rotten tomatoes. But maybe not rotten food. We're not talking about doing rotten food that would anyway. And lastly, the overall impression of your dish. The overall impression that your dish or bake gives. Okay, so how does it look? Presentation is going to be key here, guys. That's what the judges are looking for. Okay, get grown-ups to take photos, maybe even a little video, upload it, and the judges will have their final say. I'm glad to say, I'm not going to be judging this one. I'm very happy to be saying that, because that is going to be one difficult judging process. I get to sit back, watch you guys, I get to see, and whoever wins, well done. I'm going to congratulate you. But I don't have to choose. That is going to be one very tough one. And just in case you need a bit of inspiration while you're baking, we thought you might enjoy this little song. Are you ready for this? Have a listen to Busta and Pong about recycling.
Can they see us, Poogle?
Yes. You do know this is costing us a fortune, don't you?
Yes, Poogle, I know, but we haven't done the song yet.
All right, then. Just this once.
Ah, thanks, Poogle. Spin the disc, Pong!
It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you can recycle.
Don't just use it once then throw it away. Things can be used again, 'cause that's a cooler way.
Let's recycle.
Bottles and papers, or plastic and card, we can all recycle. It really isn't hard.
It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you can recycle.
It's really fun to be part of the plan. Just drop it in the right bin. Even you can.
Let's recycle.
It's better this way, 'cause if we dump less things are wasted, and the earth won't be a mess.
It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you can recycle.
Go, Pong!
What you throw away depends on you, but recycling means it will come back as something new.
So what you throw away
Depends on you, but recycling means it will come back as something new. It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you can recycle.
So when you put stuff in the bin, don't just fling it. Remember the song and remember how to sing it.
It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too.
Get down, Pong.
It's Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in too. That means you.
Come on, Pong. Back to your Winnebago. So when you put stuff in the bin, don't just fling it. Remember the song and remember how to sing it.
Busta and Pong with a recycling song, and everyone can join in.
Sorry. You've seen it already. You've seen it. Guys, that's brilliant. That is to help you. You can sing along to that while you're doing your bakes and your... it's brilliant. If you would like to get crafty during the rest of the summer holidays and then use some of the recycling treasure that you've already found. Now, Lieutenant Pong has been playing with the Earth interweb and has found some really good websites and got some great waste-busting ideas for you already. So there's loads and loads of crafty fun activities and websites out there, and they're all going to be on the Mid-Sussex District Council webpage for this, the Play Days at Home page. So make sure you get there and look at those. You can look at those anytime. Just remember to make all of your fun crafts in a way that means they can still be recycled afterwards. Ask your grown-up or guardian to get you to the Get Crafty recycling page on the Wastebusters website. And don't forget, Wastebuster cadets, keep wastebusting. Really important, not just for the summer holidays, guys. It's all the time. Right, next up we got Sussex Green Living, and today we love Sussex Green Living. They have been amazing. For their final video with us today, it's all about love your clothes and the planet. So watch this, and I'll be back to say my final goodbye. See you soon.
Hi, my name's Carrie and this is Pedro, my red-eyed tree-climbing frog friend. We're from a charity called Sussex Green Living. We do lots of work in schools, children's groups. We give talks to adults. We take a stand out to shows and events. And we share our passion for looking after the planet better with everybody that we meet. I also run the Horsham Repair Cafe with lots of wonderful volunteers. I'll tell you a little bit more about repair cafes and show you how to find your nearest one a little later in the video. First of all, we're going to talk about clothes and why clothes should cause a problem for the planet and what we can do about it. We hope that you too will become one of our volunteers and help look after the planet better. We're going to show you again a little bit later on a really fun game that you'll be able to download from our website so that you can play it with siblings, friends, mums, dads, granddads to help to teach them about clothes and their impact and how they can help be more eco in relation to the clothes that they wear. There are three main problems really. Throwaway fashion, otherwise known as fast fashion. These are clothes that are made really, really cheaply in huge factories with very cheap labour and often not using very environmentally friendly materials that are cheap to make clothes with but not very good for the planet, and because they're really cheap, people throw them away very fast. So that's one of the problems. The clothes miles, as you're going to learn in the little game that we play in a second, lots of our clothes have come from all over the world, and all of the shipping and the transportation of those clothes is causing lots of pollution. They use fossil fuel, these lorries and ships that transport the clothes around, and when you burn fossil fuel it releases a greenhouse gas into the atmosphere which is causing planet Earth to warm up, global warming, which you might well have heard of. Thirdly, it's really important to look at what your clothes are made of and understand the material options that are available to you. Some materials are really, really challenging for the planet, cause great environmental problems, whereas others grow really fast and are really lovely to wear. So we're going to have a look at materials as well. Do you know what this photo is of? It's Twickenham Rugby Stadium. The reason I show it is, in the UK we throw away enough clothes to fill this stadium from wall to wall and floor to ceiling each year. Shocking, hey? A third of the clothes bought in the UK are thrown away every year. That equates to 1.2 million tonnes in weight. Every year, West Sussex County Council spend £1.4 million disposing of textiles that have been thrown away in the general waste bin. People in the UK buy so many cheap clothes that they throw them away because they were cheap. They put them in textile banks, which can be found in car parks, and they give lots of clothes to charity shops. Now that seems like a good idea, but charity shops are getting too many clothes and they can't sell them fast enough, so they give them away to textile recycling companies. Those textile recycling companies generally ship those clothes off to places like Africa, where they're either given or they're sold in markets. Now that seems like a good idea too, doesn't it? But it means those clothes that have travelled tens of thousands of miles to get to the UK are very quickly discarded and then travel another 8, 9, 10,000 miles to Africa using fossil fuel. That's really bad. These clothes are often referred to as fast fashion because they're made fast, sold fast, and thrown away fast. They were cheap, so people don't really respect them. They're often made with chemical dyes to colour them. They're made in factories, huge factories, where people work really long hours for very little money. Sometimes children work in these factories. That's called child labour. They should be going to school. Have you ever thought about where your clothes are made? Let's have a look at a few of the clothes I've got here. Now I'd like to have a look at some materials with you. You might like to stop your video and actually go and find some clothes and have a look at what your clothes are made of, or maybe do it at the end. Firstly, I'm going to look at some materials that are really very common. So these football shorts, I'm sure you've got some sports clothes like these. These are made of polyester. Now polyester is a very cheap material. It's very quick to dry, so that's a good thing. But it's made of synthetic materials, petroleum. And when we wash clothes like these, microfibers, little tiny particles of plastics come off the clothes, go into the water and go into a water system. So you need to just be really careful with the way that you wash them. They are great for sports clothes, but perhaps try and avoid them for other clothes. They are often very cheap, so that's why people are attracted to them. Another material. This is another material that's really common. It's cotton. This cotton t-shirt is actually organic. Can't really see, can you? It's organic. Now, I ask children often what that means. They know organic in relation to food and maybe milk, but not necessarily clothes. Organic just means that chemicals haven't been used in the production of the food or the milk, or in this case clothes. Now often cotton clothes don't have organic on their label, and that's because cotton's quite a tricky plant to grow, and it needs lots and lots of, it often gets pests and insects, and the farmers actually spray it. They spray it to keep the pests away and to maximise the crop, the size of the crop, so they get lots and lots of money for their crop. But if you were a little insect and you lived on that cotton plant, would you like being sprayed with lots of chemicals? Probably not. And I wouldn't fancy working on the farm. It'll get into the soil, it'll get into the air where people are working. So it's not really very good for the environment. Also, there's lots and lots of transporting around of those chemicals to make them into pesticides. So yeah, if at all possible, try and choose organic. It might be more expensive, but it's much, much better for you, for all the insects, and for the planet. So that's cotton. Let's play a little game. Here you see a cotton t-shirt and different measures of water. I want you to just think for a few minutes, how much water do you think it takes to grow and make a cotton t-shirt? Do you think it's 5 litres, 15 litres, 1,700 litres, 2,700 or 3,700 litres? A small bottle of drink is only half a litre, to give you an idea. Right, if you've had a think about that, shall I tell you? It's quite shocking. It takes 2,700 litres of water to make and grow a cotton t-shirt. That's 2.5 years worth of drinking water for one person. That's a lot of water. Now, this actually doesn't look or feel, needs an iron, sorry. This doesn't look or feel that much different to the cotton t-shirt, but this one is made of bamboo. Now, some of you will perhaps have bought bamboo socks. They're reasonably common now. You can get bamboo sweatshirts. It's really, really lovely and soft. The great thing about bamboo is it's the fastest growing plant on the planet. Grows super, super fast. Doesn't need agricultural quality soil and land to grow. It can grow in really, really poor soil. Doesn't need much water. Doesn't need any chemicals. So it's a great plant, and really, really lovely to wear. So look out for bamboo. Now I want to look at hemp. So hemp's a little bit coarser than the bamboo and the cotton, but it's a brilliant plant and it's a brilliant material. We used to grow a lot of hemp in the UK in the First World War, and the government actually paid farmers to actually grow lots of it, and it was used for the sails on sailing ships. And they got fined if they didn't actually grow it. I don't know that we grow very much of it now in the UK for one reason or another, but it is a plant that grows very, very fast, doesn't need much water, certainly doesn't need any chemicals, and again it's quite fast growing, so a very, very good option from the planet's point of view. What else have I got down here? Oh, this is an interesting one. This dress, you might not like the look of some of these clothes, by the way, but we're really just focusing on what they're actually made of. So this is the little dress. This dress is made out of eucalyptus. So many of you will associate eucalyptus with koalas. So those beautiful trees that have got quite sort of white leaves, silvery leaves and silvery bark. Yeah, believe it or not, this is made out of the eucalyptus, from the eucalyptus tree. Again, grows really fast, doesn't need chemicals, doesn't need lots and lots of water. So a good option from an environmental point of view. Oh, another... This t-shirt is made out of recycled cotton and recycled bamboo. So the company that has made this t-shirt are trying to be really, really responsible. Rather than using new materials, new resources, they're trying to reuse clothes that people don't want any longer. So yeah, if you get the opportunity to buy clothes that are made out of recycled materials, that's really, really good. And that's helping to support companies that are doing their best to be ethical and look after the planet. Now, another materials, and again, you might not like the colour, but I show you this for a couple of reasons, really. It's made out of wool. I was looking at trying to find an item of clothing that had the least number of clothes miles, the least number of miles from being grown and made to me buying it. And this was actually, this wool came from some sheep down the road, and it was knitted into a little sort of waistcoat. So it's only actually travelled about 5 miles. So that's partly the reason I show it. And also, there's a lot of sheep in our country, and many farmers now actually have to throw away their fleeces because people don't buy as many woolen clothes as they used to. So there's not enough money in the market, the fleece market, and so very often when the sheep are shorn, their fleeces are put on the muck heap and rotted down and composted down to produce new soil, which is fine. But instead, hey, couldn't we try and actually make and buy clothes that have actually been produced just down the road? So that's why I showed you that. I have lots of clothes, lots of upcycled clothes. So this mannequin shows, I'm going to show you a photograph actually. This is a jacket made out of neckties. So it's brilliant reuse of stunning material. This little waistcoat's also made out of, don't know how well you can see, out of neckties, got a Mickey Mouse tie on the back. Quite tricky to make, but beautiful, beautiful material. And not many guys now wear neckties any longer. So this is a great way to use really beautiful material. So, yep, need to learn how to sew. Oh, I have to show you this. This is really unusual. So this is a little it can be swimwear, leisure wear. It's a little top. Now, and that's my label, get that out of the way. It's really, really beautiful. And this is a company called Ruby Moon, who are based in Brighton. And they work with very poor people in places like Africa. And poor people in those countries are actually incentivised to sweep their beaches, to clear their beaches of broken fishing nets that get washed up onto the beach. They collect them. Those fishing nets, broken fishing nets, are collected, taken off to factory and recycled and made into new fibres and new materials. So these are made out of recycled fishing nets. So Ruby Moon have lots of lovely leisure wear, swimwear made out of recycled fishing nets. Couple of other things to show you. Again, not too sure how well you can see. Sorry, the lighting here is not very good. These are some shorts which actually had a hole in the knee. But what we've done is we've got a bit creative and we've patched it. I mean, you might not mind if you're slopping around at home having a hole in your the knee of your trousers, or knee of your shorts, but that looks quite nice as well. Another thing to show you. Now, you probably do this, lots of you. These were little tracksuit bottoms for my son many years ago. Yeah, they got worn through at the knee really, really, really badly. So we cut them off and made them into little shorts. So I do that with lots of my trousers because they're usually, by the time they get holey at the knees, they're my favourite trousers. So we make them into shorts. So many things I could show you. This is needed to try and get creative with the materials we've got around us, like I was suggesting with the ties. This is just a scrap of material. It's a necktie, and we made it into a little handbag. So how cute is that? So it's a matter of looking at the materials you've got around you and thinking, okay, I don't need that any longer, or I've outgrown it, but what could I make it into? Could I adapt it? Could I let those trousers down? Could I let them out? And learn the skills at a repair cafe. So, have you ever thought about where in the world your clothes are made? Most people haven't, to be honest. But if you, after or pause the video or at the end, have a look at some of the clothes in your drawers and your cupboards, you'll be really, really shocked. The vast majority of clothes are made in China, Bangladesh, India, and yeah, those are probably the biggest producers of clothes that we might see in the UK. How do you find out where your clothes have been made? Well, usually on an item of clothing, this is a patched t-shirt, had a big hole in it, you have a label in the neck, of your t-shirt or your jumper or your dress, and you'll have some labels down beside your hip, lower down. So they will actually say what the clothes are made of. Might give details about fair wear, which is a bit like fair trade. Many of you might have learnt about fair trade. So fair wear are companies that are trying to be really responsible about the people they employ, and they give them really good working conditions, fair salary and so on. So very like fair trade. But where do you find out about the clothes, where it was made? So this sweatshirt has got a label in the neck which says it's actually made in Indonesia. Now, do you know how many miles away that is? So Indonesia is about the same distance as China. So this map shows you shockingly how many miles away, so over 10,000 miles away, that this sweatshirt has been made. And it's probably had a journey before that, wherever the cotton, this is made of cotton, wherever the cotton was grown, it would have then been transported to Indonesia, made into a sweatshirt, transported by lorry, then by boat to the UK. So over 10,000 miles. So it's really, really important that you wear it as long as you can. You hand it down to younger siblings, friends, and you make sure that it has the longest possible life because it's travelled a huge distance. So go away at the end of the video and have a look at where your clothes have been made. Here are a few ways that you can be much more eco about the clothes you wear, have fun and help the planet and save some money. Now, there are times when you will outgrow your clothes and maybe you don't have a smaller sibling or friend to hand them down to. Your parents might outgrow their clothes sometimes too. Well, here's a great solution. We work really closely with a West Sussex company called Bags of Support. They offer textile recycling for schools. This raises money for your school, rehomes your clothes as locally as possible, helps an orphanage in Romania and a community in Uganda. They pay more money than most of the textile recycling companies do. As I mentioned, we run the Horsham Repair Cafe with lots of volunteers. If you go to this website, you can find your nearest repair cafe by putting in your postcode, and you'll find the contact details, the website, Facebook page. So look up this website and see if you can find a repair cafe near you. Humans are ingenious. Humans are in the midst of an urgent wake-up call, a crisis. The clothes you wear have an impact, a huge impact, on the planet's fragile ecosystem in unfathomable ways. So we need to buy less and wear longer. Buy better recycled and organic. Buy ethically and sustainably. Buy second hand. Clothes swaps. Mend and repair. So go, eco-warriors, and please think about the clothes on your back and spread the word with your friends, your family, everyone within your reach about how they can look after the planet better. And do find some of these wonderful books. Many of you will be familiar with Greta Thunberg and the amazing work she's done. These are some brilliant books that I'd recommend you go away and read to learn about people that are doing incredible things to help the planet. And this is a great book as well for all the family to learn the basics about climate change so that we can think about how we can make a much bigger impact on improving the sustainability of the planet for our children, our grandchildren, and all those who we share this great planet with. So go, eco-warriors, spread the word.
That was amazing. Thank you so much, Sussex Green Living. You have been an absolute inspiration over the last 6 weeks. Absolutely brilliant. So thank you. Keep up the good work, guys. And you lot, keep up your good work as well. This is where I'm going to start getting a little bit emotional because it is our final farewell for the Mid-Sussex Play Days at Home Club. Honestly, thank you so much. We've said it so much, but thank you so much for your involvement. I want to say a big thank you to everyone that's been involved. Wishworks Puppets, Pop Steps, Mid-Sussex Active, Uckfield Gym, Tree Hoppers, Nature Nurture, Poi Passion, Music Bus, of course, West Sussex Waste Busters, Mid-Sussex District Waste Team, of course, and of course Sussex Green Living that we've just seen there. There's links to all of these guys and all their activities on the Mid-Sussex Play Days at Home website. So if you want to catch up, maybe see what they're up to, how else you can get involved in other ways, then you can do that anytime. Get your grown-ups to help you. The links to everybody's website is all on there, including mine, I think, as well, and a link to hopefully my Facebook page, Tomfoolery UK, if you don't already follow me. I've got some exciting things coming up as well in the next week or so with something called Busy Bees TV, which is linked to County Mouse Shopping Centre in Crawley. Lots of outreach and some fun stuff online that you can watch as well. So keep your eye out for that. Tomfoolery UK on Facebook. Thanks for sharing your photos. Thanks for everything you've done and got involved and making this something to be proud of. We're proud of you. And don't forget about your certificates. Get yourself lined up and get your certificates on there. Get it on the wall. Send in your pictures still. We'd love to see them. Guys, enjoy what's left of your summer holidays. I know some of you are back to school. It's going to be different. School is going to be good. You're going to see your friends. Stay safe, stay well, and we look forward to seeing you again, maybe here online, maybe even in the park next year. We look forward to it. From all the team at Mid-Sussex Play Days, I hope that doesn't make you. And thanks for watching. I promise I wouldn't cry. I'm not going to cry. I'm going to go off screen and cry. I'm going to go off camera cry. Guys, you've been lots of fun from me, Tomfoolery, and all the team at Mid-Sussex Play Days at Home. Bye for now.